Hey, it's Talking with Tish. I made it to episode 2. I'm back, you guys. Um, I got my Wakanda shirt on this episode. I'm feeling my Zanzibar Island trip. Yes, I know I've been saying it. I'm going to probably bring it up. So if that's going to bother you, just get mad now because I'm super excited. And can you imagine the videos, the pictures? I plan to maybe do an episode from over there. Oh, I can't wait. June 2025, my birthday. So, anyways, I got to catch up on some things um, because it's been a while. The main thing I wanted to say, I wanted to discuss on my page. I had to bite my tongue a lot, if you can believe that or not, for those that know me. Um, Babyface, for them girls that do him like that. For, the older people was like, who is what? Who is that girl? Um, but like we do, here is now a new anthem, a new moment, a new meme, a new funny mood. You go do that. So um, I might have to put that in my vocabulary. One of my new phrases. You know what? You go do that. So, anyways, um, I don't know this man either, but I got a little video clip that I thought was really controversial. And a friend of mine on Facebook mentioned, hey, bring this up in your Talking with Tish conversation. So listen to this guy. I'm not saying I agree with all of it, but ladies, what do you think? Fellas, what do you think? I think he had a couple good points, but that first one I really don't agree with. But here we go.
Listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score. Straight up. He's not even asking you. He's just revealing his hands, his cards. He's doing this. Here's the situation. I got low credit. What do you bring for the table so that I can get a cosigner on that new Challenger?
No, he didn't say Challenger.
I need somebody to move into the house and cut my rent in half. That's what he's asking, folks. If he's asking what you bring to the table, he wants to know how much money you make so that one day you can sign off on that car note. But I can make the payments, I promise. That's what it means. That's the real answer. Men that ask women this kinds of questions harbor a real resentment for women. They got a poor financial situation and harbor resentment for women because they don't.
Now, I kind of agree with that resentment part.
Financially speaking, blah, blah, blah. Which isn't fucking true anyways. But they feel like that women have an easier time of it because ballers will be happy to date women that come from all walks of life. Hell, men will marry the waitress, they don't give a shit. And men recognize that and they think that life is so hard and unfair for them. They have to work so hard. So if I'm going to date you, what are you going to bring to me? That sounds like a man that just doesn't have his house in order. Or a house at all. Or even a house at all. His house isn't in order. What house? What table? Did the table come with the apartment that you're renting? Does it come fully furnished already?
Now, I know guys that own their homes that ask this question too, so that's not totally. But what do you think about that? I feel like this is a argument that our community continues to have. You can that's what I need to do to grow my Facebook page, because the minute that you post something crazy like that, or something about a Lori Harvey type or anything like that, they get upset. So I don't know. I'm just kind of curious on what you think about that. Also, it kind of makes me think about how, I'm a woman of a certain age, and looking at old men Bill with that, Bill Belichick with that young cheerleader. But I think me being a Gemini, me having a certain mindset, I see what it is. I mean, I think they both probably know their roles. My only thought is, I hope she's like getting a house in her name, paid for, bought, deed, all that. Here, put this in a lockbox, in the house. I know she's got a vehicle, but is it hers? Girl, please get all that stuff. Um, don't just enjoy it while it's your turn. But on that note, too, that's to me the conversations that I have sometimes with my girlfriends is um, that is really today's sugar daddies. I don't think it happens for a lot of people. And I think that it's unrealistic to think that this is just my personal opinion. Um, that handsome, rich men um, aren't going to go for super young and know what it is. Know that she's only there for the money and he's only there for her young, fresh, supple body, I guess, it's I don't know. I see a lot of ladies in the comment section like, "Oh, gross," and a lot of guys saying, "Yeah, because she just really likes him for him." He knows that. Like, I feel like those kind of men always do. But I do think that there's still that group of guys like the meme and the funny jokes on Facebook where it's like, there's the guys that really think the strippers like them. I've even just shared it probably in the last week or two. Um, and that's hilarious to me. Like, come on, everybody's playing a game dang near out here, especially in those type of fields, dynamics, age differences. Come on. If he was working at, if he was making $75,000 a year to 100, that girl would not be messing with that old man. She would not. She would not. You cannot pay me to believe that. But anyways, what's next on my list? Like I said, girl, get your assets. Not even get your money. Get your assets. This is something serious. You really sacrificing. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Anyways, gosh. Probably too because I'm a Gemini and I keep hitting this damn thing. Um, what is going on with our boy Kanye? He done lost it again. Um, I was kind of trying to defend him with. I always have tried to defend him with his fashion. I loved old Kanye music, of course, we all do. Um, but the fashion I'm so serious about. I mean, everything that he's put out there and started influencing, had Kim doing to Julia Fox, now to Bianca. The big fashion houses have copied it. They've mimicked it in some sort of couture fashion, even down to fucking Shein. So, the mesh see-through dresses, please. And now this one, I mean, they already was having them dresses that look like the breast was on the fabric, and you know, I like to play with a little bit of see-through stuff, a little bit, but not necessarily that's my taste. I mean, it's cute on some people, and maybe the younger, you know, voluptuous generation. But yeah, I don't know if he's just, and I do also understand the um infamous, famous, it's all the same. I don't get why people don't understand. If you don't like something, like some of y'all do me, just scroll by. Don't click on it. Don't comment. Act like you didn't see it. Don't let me quit. But that's what you do. But instead of that, he knows people are going to talk shit. He knows people are going to have a comment. People are going to share it, make it their subjects, reactions to it. I mean, it's a moneymaker. I mean, that's why he's a billionaire, crazy as you want to call him. He's back at it again. And I wouldn't be surprised, like I've seen some say, I've seen a few theories. The album coming out, new fashion line coming out. So, you want to be buzzing and talked about everywhere. And then I think I seen Charlemagne bring up that he may be jealous of all the attention that Kendrick is getting right now. Like that might be that might be something too. Who knows? Again, Kanye 1 minute is not crazy. He doesn't need medication. And the next minute he says he's autistic. And, but sometimes I wonder, does he say that when we kind of get a little irritated with him? But anyways, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Like I said, Kanye usually is my boy. Still on my playlist. I love old Kanye. But also on top of that, I also seen, like I said, with the influential part, 3 days later, Julia Fox crazy self, um, I read on Yahoo News that she already tried to mimic the naked dress by a naked metal chest plate of like a breast mold. So I mean, the influence is there. I'm not saying that she's a big fashion house or anything, but 3 days later, um, I think that also her, I didn't know her until then. I don't know about, I'm sure there was people that did, in that world. But, she talked about him for a while after they stopped. So, um, he is, a moneymaker in some type of way, and I think that like everybody's doing online now, the more attention you get, the more views you get, likes, clicks, shares, comments in the news, whatever. Um, it makes you some type of money. I think that's the goal here. So, in a way, I just kind of chuckle at some of the things that he does. But anyway, on to the next subject of Kanye, from Kanye. But on a cute note, I think in this climate and in this time that we are in, I just wanted to talk about for a hot second how, because I was running outside, I had a package that I forgot about and it was at my front door. And I have I call her the Iranian grandma across the way. I've been here 6 years and they're been my neighbors since I've been over here. And she doesn't really speak English, but it's almost like we still have some type of vibe communication, but she's always like, I love you, I miss you. And I know she's really probably trying to say, hey, how you doing? Or, in the summertime, I'll go to the pool and it'll be like, oh, you're so beautiful. And, I am not trying to mimic or do her accent because I can't do it at all. But that's basically, I guess, what I'm trying to say. And it's so funny because her granddaughter, I think gets a little bothered because then she'll speak to her in their language. Like, basically, quit telling this girl that you love her. We don't really, we don't talk like that. But, the grandma will kind of shoo her away. When she does that, that's why I kind of know, it was something. But she is so sweet. And another thing I love about her, she is probably, because I miss my grandma dearly. She passed away September 2021. My mom passed away September 2023. And I know I probably, you guys that know me say it all the time, but I enjoy watching her swim every day. I think that she may only take a month or two off out of the year when it's extremely cold, where the water's probably unbearable. Um, but to stay in good health and stay in good shape, and a body in motion stays in motion. I say that all the time. An old girlfriend back in the day told me that, and just over the years, hearing it, listening to other, she was a nurse, but listening to other doctors, or even just in commercials and other advertisements. And so, I'm gonna slide into my next story, which was, really truly with my heart. I'm saying this message because it was from a girlfriend that, hit my messenger box up and asked me to share this story, and felt like, as in our community, especially, and as a Black woman, and our health and statistic wise, and kind of some of the things that she went through. And she basically wanted me to share her story to kind of reiterate, we got to take care of ourselves. You got to go get them checkups, especially if you have insurance. And here I am, well, I don't really know if the Affordable Care Act is still there or not, but I still get the emails, so I'm assuming that something is still there. But anyways, go to the doctor. It's a once a year thing. I'm always talking about go to the dentist. That's kind of linked with our health as well. It's a good vanity, too, but go get that stuff taken care of. That's what you pay for it for. But anyways, back to wanting to share her story. Um, she told me she went to the hospital and she has diabetes, and she, really wanted to express how important it is when you're feeling off and when you feel terrible and you just kind of excuse it away. No, get up and go to the hospital, go to urgent care. um, Her blood sugar was over 500. And for those of you guys that know, that is extremely high. And she said she just had a terrible diet, eating and drinking whatever she wanted. What saved her, and what they told her that saved her, where they didn't admit her fully, was as much water that she had been drinking. And she said that the water, because of having diabetes, it was making her really thirsty. So she was hydrated. So thank God for that. And just said she was super scared. Then they offered her some type of medication, after giving her some shots and some IV fluids. And um, she said the medication, she had a bad reaction. She felt terrible. So it's almost like, too, with some of these, once you get to a point where you can't do nothing but the medicines, the prescriptions, is finding the one that your body will even react to, So she wanted me to share that as well, and um, went through that, got off of that. She's trying Ozempic, and more so for the health reasons and to lose enough weight to exercise comfortably. So, um, and she's eliminating her sugars and changing her diet. And just the plan is new diet, new exercise. But the whole point was, and she's such a sweet person. I even hate that this is happening to somebody like that. No one deserves it, but you know how it is when it's like, God, they are so nice. Just a great, genuine soul. But and even her wanting to not share her name but share my story. Stress to everyone, Tish, that we need to go to the doctor. We need to listen. We need to move. We need to have some portion control. She said also she was like, which kind of I'm gonna piggyback on. She felt like someone smaller than her having that conversation with her was judging her, and she didn't want to hear it from them. And that was more so why I'm like, I don't know that I want to get online and kind of tell that story. Like, I made a post the other day about how important, I made a conscious effort of what I was eating, how much I was eating, how late I was eating, um, not buying any junk food. So maybe late night when I might have wanted it, it just wasn't here and I wasn't getting up going to the store then. Um, that I really lost a lot of weight. And my doctor was really excited, but I really wanted to talk to my doctor about, making sure that what happened with my mom with going to sleep and not waking up, and it was heart disease, they say. um, how can I make sure to try to combat that or prevent that or stay on top of that? I don't want to put my kids and family loved ones through that. So, he just kind of reiterated, trying to make sure you don't get diabetes, keeping your cholesterol in control, exercising, not smoking cigarettes. And, that's pretty much, what he said that they could do to watch for it or to make sure that there was no signs showing, do all my physicals, preventative care things, just stay on top of my health pretty much, that's all you can do. Try your best. So, anyways, that is pretty much what I think I have on my list for things that I wanted to chat about. Like I said, I still need to figure out a good recording system. I feel like it looks good right now, but when I share it to YouTube and other locations, it's a little grainy. So, oh my goodness. And then a friend of mine, out of state friend that's putting their podcast together, showed me their equipment. A1. I mean, monitors, different audio system, cards, all that whole thing set up. But he's doing more of a sports podcast. I don't know if he's doing the visual thing. Oh, and that's another thing. I would love to figure out how to put a background so it's not this little corner area of my back room. Um, so, yeah, if I have any friends, subscribers, loved ones that wants to assist or help, hit your girl up, because for now, this is what I got. So this is Talking with Tish, episode 2.